Alright guys, here we are with the bioactive build. So if you might remember, this is my waterfall that I have a video up previously about how I did that one. Now I'm going to show you how to do a bioactive setup with live plants, little bugs, leaf litter, all that sort of good stuff that basically creates a very natural environment for your species. The animals going in this enclosure are from a good mate of mine over at Beach's Scaly Beasts on YouTube. He's the one that's got me up and running with my Facebook page, my channel on YouTube. Been super supportive the whole way through, among plenty of other people, but definitely go and check out his videos. His bioactive builds are awesome, so I've learned everything I know about them predominantly from him. So yeah, I'll pass on some of what I know, I suppose. Animals that I'm getting for this enclosure are actually his Perron's tree frogs. Now, I've never had frogs before, so this is all new for me, but I couldn't think of a better fit for an enclosure like this. First up, you are going to want lighting. Now, plant growth require a 6500K color range. That's as close to sort of natural daylight as possible. I'm going to be trying out this Philips one. It's an LED batten globe. They're relatively cheap. I have used a similar globe in one of my other tanks. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. See if the plants actually survive. If they do, they're only about 19 bucks from Bunnings. The only problem is you do have to put your own plug on these. But you know, that's not a hard task. Just grab yourself a male plug, and it actually makes it easy too, because if you're mounting it on the underside of a hood, or which I probably will try and do in here rather than sitting on top, but you can actually just feed the cable through a tiny little hole rather than trying to put your big plug through a hole. Now, I've got the exact same light up here currently. It's an older one, as you can see. It's pretty much just my workshop light, but it does throw off a fair bit of light, and I reckon it's going to be pretty good for what we're trying to do here. Now, I've already gone ahead and done a drainage layer. This is just shade cloth, just the cheap stuff from Bunnings, and underneath there I've got clay pebbles. Now, this is the bag. That's just from Bunnings. That's what I use, and that's going to allow your soil to drain out nicely, and trying to eliminate your plants being swamped in water. So I won't be doing the duckweed or any sort of floating plant on top of the water just yet, because Luke from Beaches is actually going to hook me up with some of that stuff as well. So these are the plants that I'm putting in it. Philodendron, they go well in indoor environments. This one here, not sure how to pronounce it, but I grabbed it because it's got this little pocket of water that I like to keep on the inside there, which frogs love. This one here is Apophis. These ones will like to climb, which I'm going to try and get it to climb up the back wall. And then I just grabbed a little fern. This is a eared lady fern, just to try and fill that ground cover a little bit. And yeah, so from here I am currently have a bucket with some coir peat, which, if I can find the other one, this is it here. You simply put it in the bucket, fill it with water, let it soak up, mix it around. I'm also going to be using some Yuki mulch mixed in with it, and I'll also be putting some bits of charcoal that I've got here, mix that up in it, and then covering the top in a dried leaf litter. That's just stuff that I've collected over time. You can put it in black plastic bags, freeze it if you really want to. If not, if you are gathering it, make sure it's dry and not wet, and also not green. Green leaves tend to bring little tiny bugs and things that you don't really want. It's not going to hurt anything, but you'd rather just have the bugs in there that you want in there and that you've put in there. So yeah, I'll bring these back once I've put the dirt in. All right, I was a bit slack. I didn't set up the camera, but I've gone ahead and added everything in. Now, especially when you're doing your plants for frogs, maybe not for lizard species, gecko species, things like that, you don't need to do this, but when doing it with frogs and stuff like that, it's best to clean all of your dirt off the roots of the plants. So that's all the dirt from the actual potting. I don't use any of the original potting mix that comes with the plants, and wash all of the dirt and everything out of the roots, get the roots nice and clean, and also give the leaves and stuff a bit of a wipe down just with your fingers to get any gunk or pesticides or anything like that off the actual leaves. As for the sticks and stuff that I've used in here, this is all dry, been dry for a very long time. I've had it in my shed for don't know how long now, but just gives that bit of extra natural sort of look. I'm hoping this pothos in the corner here will actually start to grow up the plant and onto the back wall. So we'll see how that pans out. I'm going to go and get a colony of springtails that I've bred myself, and also I'll get some slaters and things like that I've got kicking around as well. So I'll go and get them, and I'll show you how to transfer the springtails into your bioactive setup. Alright guys, here we have my springtails. Now this is just the horticultural charcoal, just from Bunnings. It comes in the bags. I will put a photo up of what I use, and also demineralized water, which is also from Bunnings. Now springtails are I think the word is hydrophobic, I think, don't quote me on that. Basically it means that they float on water, so the best way to transfer these guys into your tank is to pour the water into your culture. Now I'm trying to do this one-handed, so I'll probably put it everywhere, and as you can see, all the little springtails are now floating on the top of the water. So we're going to take this one-handed without spilling it and simply pour this straight in to your enclosure. It's not going to matter if you get the charcoal in there at all, doesn't matter whatsoever. If anything, the charcoal is probably full of little eggs and things like that. Now I've put a fair few in there, and there's still a lot in this container, so what I'm going to do is actually fill it back up again and see if we can get some more out of here. It's always good to try and keep some in your colony, that way you can keep them going, because you may have something happen and for some reason all of your little springtails are not surviving in the enclosure. It's very rare that that would happen, as long as they've got places to hide and you know, plenty of leaf litter and bugs and animal waste and all that sort of stuff, and they'll just keep going. I've had my colonies going now for probably 12 months now, and I've split the same size container into probably 30. So if you can, even this little bit that's in here now, these guys here within a couple of weeks will be thriving again. So if you can keep yourself a little colony, you'll be going sweet. I'll get on to doing the slaters soon. Now unfortunately guys, I seem to have used or lost all of my slaters. Now generally I just put this bit of rotten wood in here in a container with some holes in the top. Now I haven't put springtails in here, but being kept in the same cupboard and next to all the springtails, it seems as though they have decided to make house in here. There is a couple of earthworms in this one which I will just chuck into that tank, but if I can find them, there is some tiny little, just there, little tiny baby ones in here. There's another one just there. So what I'm thinking is I might just dump this entire Yuki mulch into the enclosure. I just don't know. I don't know whether it's worthwhile or not. Does look like there's a couple more slaters kicking around in here, but they don't look too energetic, so they might be old, or I'm not sure. I might just have to go foraging and see if I can find some more. All of these springtails, guys, I've just taken them straight out of my garden. So I took them out of the garden a while back. I've been keeping them in here. I've been putting some in my other enclosure. My other enclosure is absolutely teeming with little babies at the moment. But to get them out of that enclosure, I'd have to tear it down. So I don't really particularly feel like doing that. I'll just try and find some more. So I'll dump these in, and I'll finish this video off with a close up and a look around of this tank. Some nice shots of it. So thanks for watching, guys. Probably could have gone into a bit more detail if I had set up my camera a bit better, but hopefully this gives you a bit of a quick guide on how to set up biotanks. Look, they are that simple, and it's got to be one of the best ways to keep animals. So it's as natural as you can get indoors. With my gecko enclosure, which I do want to, I'm waiting on a couple of another snakes to come home. So I'm going to probably do a bit of a collection look at. I've only got a few things, but we'll go through them and have a bit of a look. But with my geckos in the other bioactive tank that I've got, it's just great watching those guys. Like they'll attack they'll hunt the slaters, they hunt the crickets around. You know, I'm sure the frogs will do the same thing. It's just awesome watching your animals in a natural state, essentially. So yeah, thanks again. Thanks for watching, and be sure to head over to Beachy Scaly Beasts. Again, he's been nothing but supportive with me, so please, if you haven't already, go and have a look at his channel. He posts fairly regularly. He does some build videos, some collection videos, herping videos, basically anything you can think of to do with reptiles and also aquariums. So big shout out to Luke, and yeah, thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you on the next one.